hive cluster is under attack.
Live for the swarm.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2! It's gonna be SOULKEY, and it's gonna be Snow. Here on POLYPOID, you know all that. You probably read the description, top right. It's gonna be our guy, SOULKEY. And in the bottom right, it is Snow. We got purple versus blue here. We have JYJ watching in action. An excellent two guys watching here. Woo! So again, it's going to be a Patreon game. For those of you who are supporting me on patreon.com/FalconPaladin for at least $1 a month, thanks to everybody who does. I really do appreciate ya. And if you're watching this in the week of March the 25th, again, thanks for being a patron. And if you're watching this in like April 2025 or later, hit that like button and subscribe, man. I'm trying to get to 70,000 subs here in 2025. I'm at almost at 68,000, man. Like 200 subscribers away from 68,000. I feel like it's doable. I feel like that's something we can do soon. But who knows these days? Who knows what's going on in the YouTubes? Who knows what's going on in the Brood War scene? Huh? Yeah. Anyway, it's SOULKEY, the current Bonjour. He won ASL 17. He won ASL 18. He won SSL 1. And he is a favorite to win ASL 19, which is what they're calling it. We're going away from the SSL branding and now going to the ASL branding. Overpool here from SOULKEY. Gate expanding. Here is Snow. This is a 2021 match. So, this is not recent. This is not when SOULKEY had won all of his major premier tournaments. This is not when Snow had really ascended to being the terrifying Reaver man that he is. I mean, he's always been a pretty good Reaver man, but like the terrifying one, right? Right. So, again, this is a few years old now, but it's a good one. It's a replay that RJB got his hands on. He's been sifting through them, trying to find the best ones and letting me know which ones are the best so I can cast them and put them on the channel for you. Anyway, trying to block the hatch here. Pretty good micro. I'm on display, I would say, here for everybody. Obviously, as much as you can delay the expand here, the better it is. Finally goes down at about 205. Nothing too crazy. Zealot in production, probably going to expand after this. Or, heck, maybe you just want to make 2 Zealots and send them across. You want to keep the Terror or the Zerg player guessing. You could keep JYJ guessing too. He's watching. He would be like, ooh, how many Zealots is Snow going to make here? And he doesn't have a production tab either because he's watching this thing live. He's an obs. So, he doesn't know, but we know. It's another Zealot. So it's 2. And the thing is, if you keep making Zealots, it really delays your ability to get a second base. So I think we're going to stop making Zealots with this guy, at least temporarily, and then go into, then go into Nexus based on this probe movement. There we go. A little bit later than I would expect, but that's fine. So yeah, probe getting chased around. Zealot can't really get anything done. Doesn't have any kills. Really didn't take any hits. He went out to war, but he was out there for about 30 seconds, and then he came home, and everybody was like, how was time at the war? And he was like, I didn't see any battle, I guess. And there are people like that, right? There are people who served in World War II or served in the Korean War or the Vietnam War or Desert Storm or something that never saw any battle. They were just in an office somewhere, or they were just working IT. I have a guy I used to work with who just worked IT during Desert Storm, or during, I guess, the War on Terror, one of the two. But yeah, the guy was in Iraq, just like trying to keep servers running in the middle of the desert, which sounds miserable. It's 1 billion degrees in the desert, and there's sand everywhere. 2 things that the computers don't like very much is 1 billion degrees and sand. So, yeah, it sounded pretty miserable for him. But yeah, he never got shot at. He never shot anyone. He was in the military, but he came back and he was generally not traumatized by much of anything as far as I can tell. So, Hydralisk Den getting fired up. That doesn't, not to say he didn't have trauma. I don't know. I'm getting deep into like some psychology and maybe some political stuff here. I don't really mean to, but Probe scouts the Hydra Den. That's what matters here. Sees the lack of a lair. Says, okay, you are going to try to Hydra bust my butt. Let's see how I can deal with that. One way is Psionic Storm. And one way to get Psionic Storm is building a Templar Archives, which is pretty far away from a Cyber Core, turns out. Yeah, okay, well, we'll see. I guess. Hey, Reavers? He's going to try to deal with this with Reavers, I suppose. It's Snow we're talking about. So I wouldn't be shocked if he decides to deal with this incoming Hydra Bust, 3-hatch Hydra Bust, with Reavers. We'll see how much saturation we get on these 3 bases. from SOULKEY? The answer is, it's pretty good, honestly. 19 and 25 workers apiece here. Ah, you did not let Lings inside. Alright, it's hard enough to defeat SOULKEY when you don't let him inside your house like this. Cybercore, Stargate. Wow, okay, so it's not going to be Reavers, and it's not going to be High Templar. It's going to be Corsairs. What are we doing, man? SOULKEY, you saw that Hydra Den, right? Yeah, it's going to be slow Zealots? Really? It's going to be no High Templar. Dude, SOULKEY's got to be just clapping his hands with glee at the scout he just got off. He's like, you don't... What? Stargate? What? I mean, yeah, I guess that makes you leave a couple Hydras home. Why are these Lings all the way here? Do they expect Zealots? I think they expect Zealots to come down and murder this third base if they go too far away. But dude, slow Oh my gosh, the Citadel of Adun at 6 minutes. Dude, the Hydras are going to be here now. You are not going to have Zealot speed. You're not going to have +1. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like this from Snow, but it's Snow we're talking about. I'm having a really, really hard time hating on this dude and what he's doing because it's Snow. But it's not modern day Snow. That's what makes me feel better about this. All right, cool. So the Hydras have range upgrade. The Hydras are working on speed upgrade for micro purposes. And Zealot legs have gotten started now. Temple Archives doesn't exist, nor is it warping in. Just forcing SOULKEY to deal with Corsairs while trying to Hydra bust you. Seems to be it's a distraction technique. Yeah, Ling Hydra. Zealots dying at an alarming rate here, sir. Okay, actually, maybe not too alarming. Those Hydras maybe jumped into the cannon range a little too readily. Yeah, one Hydra will kill you before you kill an Overlord, sir. Well, maybe not if you get there late. Maybe not if he gets there late. Zealot leg upgrade is coming in just now. It's going to be a second, though. Protoss fans everywhere are like, come on. Come on, leg enhancements. Let's go. Hydras try to bust down a cannon, but dude, okay, he does, but he loses 4 Hydras for it. I don't think that's a good trade economically. But there's only one cannon really in range of these Hydras if they're parked out here. And he wants to snipe it. There you go. Now he snipes it. Now he can get closer. Now, well, as another cannon comes up, now he can maybe deny that +1 attack upgrade, which would be pretty sweet. Wouldn't it? It sure would. Zealot leg enhancements, not there yet. Your forge is dying. Your upgrade is almost done. Nope, not happening. What a disaster. He cancels the upgrade. A Zealot runs out there for no reason and dies. Dude, I don't know if these guys are getting through, but that +1 attack getting canceled is brutal. Probes coming out to fight against these Hydralisks with the Zealot is also tough on the probes. I mean, it's 20 to 40 workers in favor. Well, okay, it's worse than that now because these probes keep coming out. There aren't any Zealots. We're getting drafted into the Force, Falcon. It's not our fault. The Zealots keep dying because they didn't get leg enhancements until it was too late to really make a difference. Yeah, I don't know. Do these guys have like 8 kills each? That'd be good. No, they really don't. They've got 1 kill. I mean, making Corsairs I don't think was the answer against the Hydra bust. Just, there's a 4th base coming in from SOULKEY behind this. This just feels like a series of really kind of poor mistakes out of Snow. And again, older replay, right? So, I mean, he's not who he is, but SOULKEY is not who he is either in this replay. He could still win this thing, okay? He could still win it. He's got Zealots with fast legs. He's, okay, the man is not making a Templar Archives. Remember when it was 40 probes and it's 35 now? And this 4th base is all done for SOULKEY, and you're kind of contained on 2 bases, and every cannon you build delays your ability to move out and get a 3rd base. That's some basic math we're working on right now. Huh. Well, I gotta say, this might have been one of the most disappointing answers to a 3-hatch Hydra bust that I've ever seen in StarCraft. I mean, other than just not scouting it at all and not having any Zealots and just being like, oh, and dying, that's worse. At least he knew it was coming, And he had zealots, and he threw up cannons. And like Tasteless says, you gotta have a silly number of cannons to deal with a Hydra bust like this. And yeah, it's not a silly number here, but it's enough. But I think it's a contain more than anything else here. Finally getting the second gas. Working on a Carapace upgrade. Trying to keep those Corsairs away from his overlords. And just making sure that Snow can't leave his little corner. This is Snow right now. This is what he has. He's got some Corsairs running around, but this is his life. He sees the 4th base of SOULKEY and goes, oh. Oh, he says. I mean, he probably knew about it before now, but still. Yeah, he's getting a pretty good scout off. Like, he sees the hive timing. I mean, the lair timing. Right, that's a lair. Because we don't have anything close to lurkers or anything yet. Okay, so maybe this gives him the time to get Storm and break out. But I think all that SOULKEY's doing right now, honestly, is making drones. Okay, he just fired up 2 more Hydras and a bunch of Lings. Just kidding. He's making drones, though. He is at even worker count with the Protoss opponent, which is super bad for Snow. And there is a world he breaks out here with Speedlots and Psy Storms aplenty and crushes every Hydralisk known to Zerg kind, and Zerg fans cry in never-ending tears that SOULKEY dropped this game because he was so far ahead. Then maybe he teched up too late. Maybe he didn't get lurkers in time. Ooh, Spire is interesting. Okay, now we're going to play the game. When does Snow figure out it's a Spire? It shouldn't take too long. Right? It shouldn't take too long. These Corsairs can't be prevented from scouting. There aren't any Scourge out. There's nothing that can keep them away. Hydra is going pew pew is pretty good, but not enough to stop them from getting in there. He sees the evolution chamber. Cool, he says. Upgrades are fun. And here he is. Here he is. He's going to find the Spire. Come on, man. Do not turn around. Do not turn around. Evolution chamber. Evolution chamber. Wait, where is... Actually, where is... No. 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 Wait, that's not the Spire, is it? That's a hatchery. Oh, he did not put it over here, did he? Oh, no. I've never made that sound before. That's how... Oh, that's how traumatized I am right now. Come on. Go see the Spire. Please. Recognize it's a Spire. It's right here. What a great place for it. Oh my gosh. He's gonna die. Every High Templar is gonna get sniped because there won't be any friggin' Dragoons in this army and enough Corsairs to stop it from happening. Oh. Ugh. He's not making any Mutalisks. Hold on. Everything's okay. I don't know why he's not making any Mutas. He clearly is dealing with a non-Dragoon, non-Corsair army right now. The High Templar would be forced to use their storms in an effort to defend themselves, and that's it. And then the Hydras come in and crush. This is so weird. He gets away with getting a Spire up undetected, and then he just makes Lurkers. And a Queen's Nest, which, okay, fine. Still doesn't have a third base, mind you. Still does not have a third base. These Lings are going to have Adrenal pretty soon, too. Alright, so here's the plan. If you can't... Oh, scout it. Scout it. Okay, he sees that there's a Spire now. I don't know if that changes his ideas of what he wants to do. Because he was already making Dragoons to deal with the Lurkers. And Dragoons do pretty good against Mutas anyway, and maybe it's just Scourge. Maybe he just... Okay, he doesn't need... Well, yes, it was a couple Scourge. He didn't really need him, though, because that Corsair stayed in Hydra range and got killed for no reason. So it's a worker lead, and about army value the same, and from a Protoss perspective, that's pretty scary. Let's see if Snow can pull this out. He's got a pretty big Protoss army. He's got 1/1 upgrades. These Lings are unupgraded and embarrassing and not getting anything done at all. I guess they killed one Zealot. That's nice. They have a Carapace upgrade. Neat. Zealots are at a fancy 1/1. Plus they have legs. I think SOULKEY just needs to hold on for like 2 more minutes while Adrenal kicks in. And maybe a Defiler Mound goes down. And then I think Snow dies. But as it stands, again, pretty big, scary Protoss army. Psystorms and Dragoons, pretty good against all this stuff. Against Lurkers, against Hydras. Good against those Lings with that splash damage, too. Hold on, it's a 30 supply lead-ish for Snow. But it's 2 bases to 4 bases as well. Having to... This is one of the annoying things about playing Zerg, is constantly dodging Storm. Constantly being like, I gotcha, fool, and then, oh, Psystorm, run away. And then you go, I gotcha, fool, and they go, oh, Psystorm, run away. See? But the surround is beautiful. That is a beautimous display. Yeah, this is fine. Couple drones died, still 44 in the mix. Adrenal's kicking in. It's a tight hold for SOULKEY, but I don't really see him losing this. Not from here. Not with Lurker Spines doing all sorts of work to the Zealots, and the Adrenal kicking in. Boy, any second now would be pretty nice for that to happen. Ooh, good snipe on High Templar. Obs snipes would maybe end this as well, because there are Lurkers up here, but the Obs are, you know, there's backup Obs. You kill this one, these two join the party, or one at a time. Yeah, going backwards here for Snow is terrible. He's trying to get a 3rd base. He's long distance mining from this thing, trying to keep all of the pressure up. Adrenal is done. Look who fires up 9 sets of Zerglings, 18 Lings in production right now. Look at him, look at him. He's like, I can win now, I've got Adrenal. And he's like, oh, hang on a second. Zealot Archon. Not good. Not good at all. Defiler Mound would be useful, but not sure if it's necessary. It's about a 13 supply lead for Snow, which is simply not enough. Not enough. Any sign of Reaver shenanigans? No. 3rd base is done. Cracklings could get into this mineral line and cause some major issues. They waited too long. They had like a 10-second window to do this. And then they waited, and it was like a 5-second window, and they did nothing. That's the nature of StarCraft. Sometimes the window size difference is 5 seconds, and you gotta figure it out. Kidaran Amulet's on the way. The Psystorms are only gonna get worse once that upgrade finishes, SOULKEY. But he's just making enough. Just enough. Just enough. Getting upgrades. Trying to run Lings in. Good snipe. Oh, 2 High Templar picked off. Great target firing there. Another Zealot dies. Beautifully, beautifully done. Okay, again, Lings alone not doing much here, but sneaking around the bottom side and going into this base when no one's paying attention is pretty good. Still 42 workers. I thought SOULKEY would have made maybe another round of drones at some point, but he just simply hasn't. He's needed everything that he could produce, every bit of minerals, every bit of larva to produce things like Lings and Hydras and Lurkers. He is getting a Defiler Mound, so there's a little bit there. That attack was completely shut down. Snow's realized we can defend this base. We can defend and still be aggressive at the same time. Don't worry about it. Dark Templar in production. We'll see if that gets anything done. Yeah, SOULKEY's just sending little scout Zergling parties in to see what's going on. Just see what's happening. Consume's on the way. Drones. Just 42 workers is all he wants. All that he wants. 42 drones. That's all he needs, man. Okay, these Lings getting a thrown away for nothing. Oh, he was doing this. Killed the cannon. Every time I come down here, Lings are attacking this base. I'm like, boy, did a probe die? Sure seems like no probes have died in this position. It's a very scary place to be. There are Lings punching you in the face, but I don't think any of them have actually died. This man has seen some battle. Consume. Consume. Wait, no, that's not the right word. That's not a cognate. Consume and consume. Ah, damn it! What? What is happening? How? How did he get up here? I mean, dude, there's Overlords and Lurkers and Hydralisks. He had to have come up this ramp, not this one. This one is death. He came up this ramp. He killed himself like 7 or 8 drones, and now he's got to replace the drones. SOULKEY does. Please hold. Maybe Snow can pull this off. He's being extremely patient, which is very smart in this stage of the game. The Lings have 2 armor and 1 attack. Keeps trying to poke into this third base and kill it with just Zerglings. It's not going all that well, as we've seen. Ooh, High Templar, pick off. No. 28 hit points. Okay, replaces the drones back up to about 45. Fine, he was at 43 before, basically the same thing. Ground attack, 3 attack, and 2 armor for the Protoss, and charging up that ramp. But backside attack, surrounds are scary, Dark Swarm is up, Plague is finishing soon. Like I said, if SOULKEY can just kind of hold on until we get out the Defiler casting. Dragoons not getting anything done here, but it's an invitation for the Zealots and the Archons to march in there. They feel actually more comfortable when there's a Dark Swarm up, and it makes a lot of sense. Abject chaos here. Inside. That might be our thumbnail of the day. Any Zerglings getting into that third base. Maybe. Dude, it is a 50 supply lead. Dude, this third base is gonna die where the plagues are at. SOULKEY needs a plague on not the Archons, but like all of this stuff. He gets another Dark Swarm up. Archons kind of having a field day. 27 and 26 kills on these Archons. Bash Brothers in the house. Dude, this is insane. SOULKEY somehow crushing through. It's like Dark Swarm arrived and Snow said, thank you, that's what I've been waiting for. And is killing it right now. Cracklings show up to try to assist. Taking down one of the Archons. But not much else here. Snow. This is absolutely crazy stuff. I think Snow's going to pull this out. He's up 60, 70 supply. He's taking down macro hatches. No, that's not enough. I don't think there's enough for the Zerg to hold this. Wow. Dude, the more I think about it, the more I think that 1 DT at the 4th base got that GG, and there it is, SOULKEY with the GG, and Snow pulls out a win in a game I did not think he could win. I was so pessimistic about his odds. With that Hydra bust, he didn't make Psystorm to deal with it at all. He was late on his Zealot legs. He knew what he was doing. He knew he didn't need anything else. He knew he didn't need speed lots and storm as fast as I thought he did. He knew he just could get some Archons out, get some good upgrades going out, upgrade the Zerg player, get in there with splash damage galore, and call me crazy, but I really feel like once Dark Swarm popped, that's when Snow jumped for it. That's when he went for the jugular. He jumped his Zealots and his Archons into that Dark Swarm and just feasted. Just enjoyed the protection it provided against enemy Hydras and against enemy Lurkers. Incredible. Incredible stuff. I almost feel like just plague from SOULKEY in the situation. Try to obviously plague the gateway units, not the Archons. Technically they're gateway units, but you know what I mean. Like just plaguing the Zealots and the Dragoons, not using Dark Swarm at all. And then now the Archons don't want to get close because Lurker Spines hurt harder and Hydra hits make sense. But yeah, Dark Swarm happened. Like we're gonna back this up just for a second. I just need to see when the first Dark Swarm happened. What a comeback from Snow though. Holy cannoli. So we go play. We speed it up. See, he's been poking at this forever. Never been able to take down this hatchery. He's done damage to it. Okay, hold on. So it is 169 to 143 supply in favor of Snow. It's like a, I could do some math, 34 supply lead for the Protoss. Then Dark Swarm pops up, and it's like a less than a 30 supply lead for the Protoss. And then from that point on, the Zerg supply plummets and plummets and plummets and plummets. It keeps going up for Snow. This whole thing is just... It's an Archon's paradise. It goes under 100 supply from SOULKEY. Another Dark Swarm, and these Zealots and Archons are like, muchas gracias, senor. yeah, and that's it. That's our game. 70 supply for Zerg, 130, 140 for the... I need to start rethinking the concepts of what Dark Swarm is. I mean, we've talked about this, right? We've talked about how, yeah, it's not good the more Archons exist. That's usually super late game when there are like 8 or 9 or 10 Archons, not 3. Dude, that is a 33 kill Archon with his buddy 32 kill Archon over here. I mean, yes, High Templar kills, I get it. But also, the Archon's crushing, taking names. These Zealots are veterans of some kind of battles. 7 kills on that one. Somehow 0. He's new. Don't worry about it. But yeah, the Dark Swarm pops, and Snow goes for the jugular in a way that I haven't seen in a while. I must do some more analysis on this. But GG! What a game. Snow coming out on top despite all of my naysaying. That's always fun. Those are fun games to cast. 157,000 points from Snow, 132 from SOULKEY. About 3-to-1 outproduced in favor of SOULKEY. A 5-to-1 out-kill ratio for the Protoss is bananas good. Structures raised, 13-to-4. Total spent. SOULKEY outspent by, you'd think would be enough for 22 minutes. But it turns out it wasn't. So, amazing. Amazing showing there from our dude. Snow. He didn't use Reavers. He didn't really, it wasn't really a giant Corsair ball. It wasn't Dark Archons. It was just upgraded Zealots and Archons and Dragoons. That's it. High Templar and the Archons, obviously, the same thing, but GG. Whew. Great comeback. I imagine if these two played on Polypoid in similar circumstances in 2025, SOULKEY would have something else to do here. He figured some stuff out in the last 4 years, but still, that was fun. So that's going to be it from me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.